sexual intimacy part there's a lot of intensity because it is a power and you're working with energy, and there is a degree of intimacy whether you like kind of shut it off or not. So when there's a couple or that one person or the other is having certain sexual desires that they can't be met by that person just because whether it's not compatible or that's not what they're attracted to in terms of their preferences, like how they're wired. Sure. How do you help your clients not take that personally? Because that can always feel like a personal egoic wound and it can hurt. It would be like, for example, if I guess like my man went to you because because you can do things better than me. I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to make something up to give a good example. But I'm sure you deal with a lot of this. And maybe this is a topic that women should speak more openly about with each other. So
speak more openly. Tell me in one sentence, what is the question?
I guess I don't have I was trying to think of an example of like what would be kind of in the field, like what creates the wounds around the feminine relationships where they're
What creates wounds? There are two camps, and in my mind, I color code everything. So if I've read a book, I'll be like, oh, I remember. Oh, that was the orange book. And I'll go to the orange section. I know where it is. I've got my browsers. They're color coordinated by what I do at home, what I do at work. And so I color people in my mind. And so you have one who I color blue, and they are very closed in. They will protect themselves. They'll be more isolated. They'll give you the cold shoulder, which is very harmful to the orange. And the orange person is very fiery, very passionate, very, off the ground, in the clouds. And so they want to be well received. They want to be wanted. They want to be desired. They want to have acceptance. They want to feel all those things. But when they get loud and excited, then you've got the blue one who's like closing in and protecting. And it's like, oh, you're shaking too much. You're shaking my earth. Stop it. And then so that rejection comes in, and it's not necessarily anyone's fault. It's because we have to reverse our cycle. So if you're going one direction and you're hurting each other every time because you're asking for what you're starving for and you're saying, no, you're asking too loudly, we have to turn it around and say, this is what they need. Can you give it?
Yeah.
Because if you turn this cycle around, now all of a sudden you're calming them. And so I imagine in like superhero stories and stuff, so you've got the one fallen angel and just burned from his family, burned by the sun, burning it at both ends, just burned out, right? And then you've got the other one, and she's this moonbeam that's fallen from the sky, and she's in the bottom of the ocean, and his rumbling cracks it open, and she, so it's like this love struggle from the beginning. They find each other like magnets, and I guarantee it's every relationship, because you can heal each other. This is the magnetic draw. And it's like gravity, and you can't resist this. And it's like, why are you dating the same person over and over and over in different bodies? Because you're trying to heal yourself. What is the wound? And that was your question. What's the wound? And so for that orange, for that fallen angel, that fire, that wound is abandonment. And so from the beginning, when you have abandonment, you need to be wanted. And that comes in the form of desire. Desire. Show me you desire me. That means you want me. That means you will not leave, at least not right now. I am still wanted to be here. And then you go to the other one, the blue one, and what does that sound like? All of that in the bottom of the ocean in this moon rock. All of that is very alien and isolated, right? And so isolation and neglect are the other wounds. And these are soul wounds from when we are. It does not matter if it was from this lifetime and you lived a pristine life and everyone loved you, adored you, and cherished you. Something struck you in a certain way that just made that change. And it is the thing that you starve for.
Yeah.
So the isolation and neglect is on one side, and then the abandonment and betrayal is on the other side. And those are the wounds I see over and over.